for a bigger either condo or house to rent or something like that. And we went on a bike ride and ended up at 𝐿𝐵ACANAL, had some wine, and then we was heading back and we saw this house and there was a for sale sign. So we were kind of like, wow, this is amazing. Like, had no intentions of buying whatsoever.
Okay.
Looked at one other house by the bakery, and then came back and looked at this one for a second time, and that was it.
Amazing. So what color was it originally?
It's been this color, yeah.
Oh my gosh, okay. And then so you didn't even have to touch it up or anything? Or?
The previous owners had just had it repainted like
Amazing.
right before they put it up, so it was like perfect.
That's fabulous. So do you call it the Mardi Gras house or do you call it the Bywater Parlor?
We call it the Parlor.
Okay.
A lot of people call it the Mardi Gras house. When we bought it, like all of our friends like around the country were like, oh, are you gonna paint it? And we're like, no.
No,
like,
no, it's
perfect.
Literally perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
It was originally a single family, right?
Yeah, it was all open. So like this was actually a closet right here. There was a door into our living room right here. There's a door in that bedroom. So my partner Gary did all the renovations and like closed it up, you know. So it's probably like 25% of our house. You know, like a little single unit.
Yeah. So he did all the work himself? Or? Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible. As someone who is a baby renovator, it's hard. It's really hard.
It is. He did a great job. Like, that's his background. So,
yeah,
it was impressive to watch because, like I said, this was nothing looked like this.
How long did it take him to work on it?
I think it was about 3 months total. Yeah.
That's not bad.
No.
That's really good.
Yeah, we did run pretty quickly.
Impressed.
Yeah. We're both like, once we like set our eyes on doing something, we're just like, do it.
I'm the same. Literally, the second like I move into anywhere, my house is ready to go within 2 weeks. I'm like, nope.
I like to put my art on the walls before I unpack it.
Me too.
I think I designed this like first out of everything. Like,
so where did this come from? Tell me more about that.
So the history of the house is actually, it used to be a tattoo parlor. And then as we've lived here, like other people have reached out and been like, we've gotten tattoos there, or I got a shirt from the tattoo parlor.
Oh my gosh.
So we really wanted to like take that history and bring it to present. Because I'm a graphic designer normally, so I started kind of just like playing around and looking at different ideas, and I came up with this, and I just kind of loved it.
It's beautiful. Like, and so the design actually comes from like what they have in tattoo parlors, or no?
It's kind of like a Sailor Jerry design.
Okay.
Like I kind of pieced some like different vectors together and like
So
different illustrations,
cool.
and then created the pattern and like the colors and all of that.
And where did you like? So is it wallpaper or is it painted?
It's actually like a vinyl. If you feel it, there's some texture to
well,
it.
so I was gonna say you had it on the like plate here, and I was like, how did you get that on there? Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. I'm gonna have to look into that.
Yeah.
Because I'm like always thinking of like how to make a place special, right? And wallpaper is just such an easy but impactful way to do that.
It is. It's the focus of this room. So
Completely.
like really, like when you walk in, you're like, okay, I got it. And like all the artwork is kind of
ties
around
into the Bywater, and I love that.
Absolutely.
What's your favorite part about the property?
The courtyard.
Yeah.
We spend, I would say, almost every day or every evening out there, like at some point throughout the day. It's also such a great place to like, when you have friends in town or family, like everyone gathers out there. We have a little fire pit, and the weather is so nice year round. So it's definitely, and during the pandemic, like that's when all the plants
I feel that. As someone who went from literally zero, no, I think I had one tree that I randomly bought on my birthday, like right after I graduated from college, and then suddenly I had 60. So.
There was nothing out there. There was a Satsuma tree, and that was it.
Oh my gosh.
So,
what are your favorite and most annoying things about being an Airbnb host?
Favorite is like being where we are, being next to 𝐿𝐵ACANAL. There's such an artist community here, so like we do have a lot of people who are coming to town and are either playing at BJ's, or we just got a woman that had an opening at the Women and Children's Gallery over on St. Claude. So it's such a small space that it is usually just individuals or couples. Like I would say a big majority of people are coming to visit their families or grew up in the Bywater. So we've met some really interesting people, and I think they've gravitated towards the aesthetic we created, which I'm a super creative person. I love being around creative people and meeting people. So musicians, artists, like we've had a bunch of them stay. So I love that, and I love meeting them. What's my least favorite part? My least favorite part would be the scheduling of it all. Like I said, we initially created this space for our friends and family to come down because both Gary and I have very extensive families.
Yep.
Mine's all over the country, his is mostly in Illinois. So we want them to be able to come down and have a space. And with doing a short-term rental, it's not always the easiest because your mom will be like, "Can I come down?" And you're like, "How's October 2020?"
Oh, completely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. My parents are always like, "Can I come down?" I'm like, "It's already booked."
Yeah. So
like you gotta let me know 3 months in advance.
Yes. So that's my least favorite part because you really have to stay on top of it, like the scheduling and stuff like that. And so I like to go throughout the year and like pick out dates where I know that I've had friends come. Like I have a friend who always comes for Halloween, and my parents always come, right around February and stuff like that. So I have to be really particular in how like I keep dates open and keep dates closed. Yeah.
I know. I feel like when literally every house that I'm gonna have in the future will have some sort of like back house or whatever, so that when people can come, they can stay, but also not be in my personal space all the time.
I 100%.
And it always is too, just a great way to make some supplemental income on the side if needed.
Yes.
But then you can also block it off completely and just have it for personal use if you want, which is great. Like that's kind of what I love about like home ownership. There's so many different ways you can do it in different phases of your life where you're going to change the way you do it, right?
Absolutely. And what's really interesting about this block is with 𝐬𝐤𝐤 next door is it's actually zoned commercial.
Oh, cool.
So I've always held in the back of my mind like almost doing a Chance at Hell Snowballs or Rosalitas.
Wait, that's amazing. Yeah. It's so incredible that you have so many different like possibilities there,
We were like right before the pandemic, we were gonna we had different ideas for pop-ups. Like we were gonna have like tarot card readers sometimes.
Oh my gosh, cute!
Like, Halloween season and so I don't know. Both those businesses, we've been watching them and they've done so well, and they started out their house. So like, who knows? There's so many options.
Wait, that's amazing. You have to do that.
I we have a couple concepts in the works that we've been talking about for like 4 years. It's just like actually getting the courage to do it.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Do you have any stories that have changed any of your systems and like your Airbnb, the way that you operate it?
Yeah. I think the guidebook is like super important because you either have people that are like one message, like we're coming, this is what we're doing, or you have people that kind of expect you to be either a travel agent or travel guide, whatever. So we put together this guide of Bywater. It's like best date night, like coffee, like all of our favorite places and things to do in Bywater. So that really kind of helped free up communication because as you know, like it can be a lot sometimes, a lot of back and forth, and like I have a full-time job also, so managing the platform and the schedule and everything, like you kind of have to be super proactive about it and think about things before they get here.
I use Canva and I have a printed out guidebook, but then I also have just like the link, the view only link that I'm able to put in my like Airbnb messages, and I found that to be a really useful way just to keep everything updated.
Yeah.
So I really like having that. I know a bunch of other people, so there's different online guidebooks you can create, like 𝐦𝐤𝐳𝐫𝐞. I think there's another one, I completely forgot the name of it. But I think those you do have to pay monthly for them. So in general, I'm like, if you already have Canva, it's such a good, easy, free way to keep a guidebook updated because you can always just go in there and add or change anything. Do you have like automatic check-in? How does your check-in system work?
We have automatic check-in. There's a key code, and I don't want to like if people want to meet. We have a lot of people that do want to like.
I do too, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, we've had beers on the stoop, or a couple people we ended up going to Vaughn's to like midnight with. So like I said, like I try and attract people that want to be part of this neighborhood and not be a problem.
Yes.
So we have some really great guests. Other than the guidebook and like just being open to like their requests. That's pretty much how we've kind of like adjusted things.
Okay, that's awesome.
Like I said, we've had so many people have been like, I used to live in the Bywater, or my friends live here, or my parents live here. Like we've had so many guests who are within that spectrum.
Yeah.
But if they say, hey, we're here for a wedding, like green light, go. Like we're here to like do this. We did have a guest that was like, I'm coming down with my 21st birthday with like 2 best friends, can't wait to party. And I was like,
you're like,
nope. and I wrote them. I was like, this is not where you want to stay.
No, you want to be in the quarter or something.
I was like, we're old. We're home in bed at 9 o'clock.
We're cranky.
Yes. So like and they were really great about it. I was like, I think you want to be a little bit closer to the quarter, in the quarter. Like, here's some suggestions. But I was like, this is not the place for me.
No.
I want to remain friends with my neighbors.
Yes. Yeah. And that's the funny thing that I have gotten in terms of feedback is literally my guests talk to my neighbors more than I do half the time. Like, my guests will be on the porch just chit-chat, because my neighborhood, like, a lot of our neighbors will just, like, be sitting out on the porch or just, like, playing some music outside, so they just get to know my guests, too.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, it's New Orleans, so
I know, it's the best.